is the assumption?
Can we just go over the entire thing because
Sure,
I don't really.
So what's the conclusion?
Conclusion is any methane in the atmosphere must have been released relatively recently.
That's exactly right. Why does this person think the methane must have been released relatively recently?
That's what I don't really understand. It falls apart when it's hit by ultraviolet radiation and sunlight.
Okay, so when methane is hit by ultraviolet radiation, it falls apart, and so it pretty much goes away as soon as it's hit by that stuff, right?
I understand.
So this person's like, oh, so anything that we do see on Mars must have just gotten there.
Okay. Yes.
Why does this person think it must have just gotten there? Why couldn't it have been there a long time?
Oh, because the sunlight would have hit it.
Yes. Do we know that the sunlight hit it?
No, but the eventually in question B, in answer choice B, really threw me off.
Okay,
Because
what does B
eventually,
say? All methane is eventually exposed to sunlight?
like if eventually wasn't there, then I would have chosen it. But I thought the eventually, I crossed it out for the eventually.
Well, this is a necessary assumption. So even though it's not super helpful, you have to assume
Oh, got it.
that it has to have been hit at some time.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Why is A wrong?
A, Mars had no methane in it prior to 2003.
Because
it was
if
way
it-
too strong.
Yes, but prior to 2003, if it didn't have any methane,
Mm-hmm.
and this is in early 2003, doesn't that imply that it's recent or something? Was that
Oh yes, that would be a sufficient assumption maybe. If they had none before 2003, then if they had some in 2003,
Mhm.
then it must have come there recently. So that would be a sufficient assumption. It would prove the conclusion. But it's not a necessary assumption because we don't have to assume that there was no methane there before.
Got it.
We only have to assume that it gets hit by this ultraviolet.
I get it. I think the eventually
Just here you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Does that take it down from 3 stars to 2?
Yeah, maybe even a 1 star.
Oh, okay. Cool. Any other questions?
Oh yeah, but